This is the Emberá Tribe in the jungles of Panama. They live remote, off-grid, growing their own crops, hunting, fishing, and staying true to their culture. And I get to fulfill a childhood dream of living with a tribe in the jungle. I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours with the Emberá Tribe here in Panama. Now, a lot of people go to see the tribe and visit them for a few hours, but not many people spend the night. And this is like a lifelong dream of mine, to spend the night with a tribe here in the jungle. This is one of many Emberá settlements that you can find here in the jungle. Once one settlement grows too large, they expand and start building in another location. Hola.
Hola, bienvenido.
Gracias. Hola. Buenas. Buenas. Hola. Buenas. I've only been here for a few minutes and already we are in the thick of their life here. There's kids playing in the river, there's women preparing fish for dinner that they just caught in this river. This is going to be a pretty incredible experience. There's currently 50 people living in this community, and I want to soak up every moment of this. This is one of few tribes in the world that actually invite travelers in to come stay with them and experience their way of living. Experiences like this are totally accessible to you. I booked this tour through Viator. I went on, said I was in Panama, and I wanted to see what they had available. And I saw this, spend the night with an indigenous tribe. And I'm like, I've always wanted to do that. I can't believe that this is just a regular tour that you can do here. Now, while a lot of tourists come here to visit for a few hours, see some dancing, and then leave, very few people spend the night. So I'm really looking forward to when the sun goes down and there's no one else around except for me and my guide Thomas and the Emberá Tribe. Say hola.
Hola.
This is such a surreal experience. Like, I can't even believe I'm here. And I'm going to be spending the night here. And I have no idea what my bed is going to look like. I don't even care. Give me the ground. Give me a hammock. Ooh, a hammock would be sweet, but I'm just happy to be present and alive and here to experience this culture. I didn't want to come empty-handed. I wanted to come with a gift. So I found the biggest bag of rice that I could find and give it as an offering. I also brought something for the kids too. I really have no idea what to expect, and that's the most exciting part for me. Right now I'm in the kitchen and I have to be careful where I step because there's beams that are placed like 2 feet apart, and on top of the beams is like a very thin layer of like palm bark, and I don't want to fall through the floor because that would not be a nice introduction to me living with the community here for a day.
¿Es una palma?
Sí, una palma redonda.
Okay.
Que nosotros la partimos por la mitad y le sacamos todo lo que es el, ¿cómo se llama? La carne, y queda lo que es la jireta. Pues.
¿Es por cuántos años?
12 años. Aquí las mujeres cocinan en fogón.
They're gonna cook tilapia with plantain here over an open fire. It's gonna be incredible.
¿Cuál es tu comida favorita?
Tilapia, pero ahumado, con plátano sancochado.
Entonces, esta comida es
Sí,
tu favorita.
sí.
Okay.
Now we are seeing where we're sleeping tonight. Let's climb this stair. No walls. This is a typical house of the Emberá Tribe. So you get all this natural airflow. I think the sounds at night are going to be incredible. And we're going to get to hear the river at the same time.
The ideas of this house on the higher is to avoid in the rainy season the rains, the floods, and mosquitoes and snakes or any animals coming up.
No snakes tonight. Man, I could get used to this. I have my lunch, which is plantain, a piece of fish. Still hot. Guy was swimming around this morning. Piece of lemon. I'm very grateful for this food right now. Oh, and it comes with a little flour. Beautiful. In all the years I've flown drones, this is probably a highlight for me. Teaching a man from the jungle how to fly a drone. Alberto is flying the drone for the first time.
My friend.
He's pretty good. Very little instruction and he's picking it up. There are dozens of different Emberá communities scattered across these lands. And some of them don't have any tourists at all visit. Others accept tourists to come and kind of integrate. And that's a way for them to generate a little bit of income. Even though the majority of how they live is here, is off the land, is off grid. There's no electricity here. The water comes from the river. They fish, they forage, they hunt. And they still get a little bit of income in terms of dollars in order to buy things like rice or pay for gasoline for their boats so they don't have to use paddles. To me, I think this is the best of both worlds. There's 51 people that live in this Emberá community, and they're all so creative. And each one of these tables is full of basically crafts that each family has made. So all of these would be one family. All of these would be another family, and so on, and so on. It's nice that they're using their creativity and their art to generate an income. Next, Alberto showed me around their gardens and fruit trees.
Aquí tenemos unos cultivos de piña.
Ah, piña.
Ajá, están naciendo apenas. Esas son las frutas que están saliendo apenas. Este que está aquí es el trampiche. La caña, lo metemos aquí. Hay dos personas, que uno está de este lado, el otro está allá. Uno muele para acá y el otro muele para allá. Y cuando sale el jugo, nosotros lo agarramos y lo cocinamos para fermentarlo. Porque sea una chicha que nosotros le decimos guarapo.
Guarapo.
Guarapo se llama, cuando lo fermentamos.
This is mandioca or yuca. And this is the tree. So the yuca is the root that you eat. I'm amazed at the amount of food that they're growing on the land, and I was curious to see what they have in terms of medicine.
Estas plantas que están aquí, las 10 plantas que nosotros usamos, sirven para curar a las personas, y lo hemos experimentado y lo hemos curado, y tenemos testimonio de las personas que usaron esta planta y lo hemos curado. De cáncer, diabetes, de picadura de culebra, de tumor. Aquí han venido bastante gente también extranjera a saber lo que es esto, pues la planta natural, y quieren saber cómo nosotros lo utilizamos. Pues. Pero en esos tiempos el señor Elías Ruiz no quería darle esa información. Pues. Sí.
Now it's time to taste some of these delicious fruits that grow on the land and experience some traditional Emberá dancing. Pineapple, maracuya, and papaya. I love maracuya, passion fruit. You basically just need to slurp up all the seeds.
Would you like to take your lunch now or wait a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, entonces como a las... ¿Qué hora tiene allí?
It's sour.
Tu sobrino.
Sobrino, sí. Él es el primero nacido en esta comunidad. Los otros han nacido, pero en otras comunidades aledañas. Este es el primero de puro Viaquirú. El número 51. Un habitante nuevo.
51! headed to a waterfall now, but before we leave, I have a little wrapped up present for the kids. I think it's gonna be a cool gift. I think it's unique, and I haven't seen this here, and I think it could be used by the kids and the adults, so hopefully they like it. My gift for the kids was a telescope, and I thought it could be a really interesting tool that they could use to see animals, other trees, and even look at the stars at night. While they're playing with their telescope, I headed to a waterfall. On our way to the waterfall, and we're doing some fishing on the way. Isaac at the front of the boat is using some fishing line attached to an old Gatorade bottle with a grasshopper at the end of the fishing line on the hook to get some fish. They're constantly in a state of relaxing, having fun, hunting, foraging, building, all at the same time. Oh, he's got one. Woo! We got a fish. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like pulled or called to this type of lifestyle? To like indigenous, native lifestyles that were more simple, more basic, more rustic, little or no technology, and just like being more in tune with nature? Because I definitely feel called to it. That's why we moved to Costa Rica, to be closer to that. Wow. The waterfall was spectacular, but now it's time for a siesta. After coming back from the waterfall, it was quiet time here. It was like siesta time. And I took a hard siesta. Wow. And I think that they are repairing the roof. It looks like they brought in some palm leaves. So I'm gonna attempt to help them with the roof. And we fold all the palm leaves onto one side so that they overlap and they create more waterproofing. This is a little decoration here using young palm leaf that hasn't turned green yet, and then another type of plant as string. They're decorating this place because they want it to look beautiful, and they have guests all the time, so they want to, it's like cleaning up your house. What I'm loving about this entire experience are the in-between moments where I get to just witness the Emberá living their regular lives. It really pulls me in to their culture and their traditional ways of living. So there are bathrooms here for visitors. I haven't gone in yet.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
Yeah.
Oh. Ma. Oh. Oh. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh. Ah. Oh. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think I lost the battle. Okay, it's like just after 6 and the sun went down, so it's really dark. And here we have fried chicken with plantain. Fried chicken here in the jungle. That's delicious. That is delicious fried chicken.
Sabroso.
Thomas and I are spending the night here on a couple small mattresses. I think you're taller than me, and I don't think I fit on the mattress, so you're for sure gonna have from your knees down outside of the mattress. And this is your first time sleeping
Yes.
here.
Yes.
How long have you been a tour operator in Panama?
15 years.
Wow.
Allá, amigo, y usted va a ver una casa de paredes concreto. Allá los muchachos andan con aretes, andan todo tatuados, ¿verdad?
This is my bed for the night. I got a bug net, which is great. There's no walls around. Luckily, I brought a pillowcase and I'm going to stuff it with my clothes and I'll have a pillow for tonight. For right now, we're going to sit by the fire. I'm going to turn off this camera and I'm going to visit with the Emberá. And actually, it's Emberá. I've been saying it wrong. Emberá. And just get to know them on a deeper level, sitting by the fire under the stars. Breakfast is served. Looks like we got some sort of bread with sauce and hot dogs on top. Wow, that's a very basic type of bread. It was good though.
This is a typical breakfast from Panama. This is hojaldres and salchichas, or it's made of flavor, and they put out water, they put the flavor, and then they fried and sauces with sauce. So this is very typical. You will find in any house in Panama.
And we also have some fruit for breakfast. Oh, maracuya, pineapple, and papaya. My time here is coming to a close. Our boat is going to show up in the next hour, and then I'm off to my next adventure. But I will never forget this experience. I'm so grateful to the Emberá for opening up their doors for people to come here and experience their way of life. And you can also experience this too, because I'm sure some of you out there have wanted to spend the night with a tribe in the jungle. I literally just booked it through Viator, and you can too. One of my favorite memories from here is going to be just last night after I put the camera away, where I didn't have to think about shots and the Emberá didn't have to be on camera, and we could just sit around the fire and talk. We talked about life in the universe. We talked about spirits on earth. We talked about love. We talked about courting for a partner. We talked about just basic human things, human curiosity. And I love that those conversations break through cultures and break through age gaps and break through different parts of the world, because we're all just curious humans having a human experience, and we have a lot more in common than we think.